Good morning everyone. I am Mrs. Mariam Job and we are going to learn grammar in this video. Students, we are going to start with our lesson number 11 from your grammar book, and the name of the lesson is direct and indirect speech. So here we have a lesson, direct and indirect speech, which is lesson number 11 from the book, and we are going to learn that what are they. Before learning what are they, in a general way, I would like to explain you something, that whenever we express something, whenever we tell something, we can tell them in two ways. One is when we are telling them directly, or another one is indirectly. These two ways are the ways by which we can express. It says that there are two ways in which we may report the words of the speaker or the writer. So here two ways are there. About these two ways we are going to learn in the lesson. So let's see what the lesson says. We have two ways by which we can express or report something, and in two ways they are there. One is your direct speech, another one is your indirect speech. Firstly, we will talk about direct speech. Children, when we are talking about direct speech, remember it means we are talking about exact words of the speaker or the writer. No modification, nothing, no transformation, but exact words of the speaker. So let's see what it says. Direct speech, the exact words of the speaker, both written or spoken, are mentioned. Whether written or spoken, but you have to remember that we are talking about what? Exact words. Exact words of the speaker. This is a very important thing which you have to keep in mind. Then it says it is placed inside quotation marks and accompanied by a reporting verb. I have written one example for you. By this example, I will be telling you what do we mean by reporting verb and reported speech and your quotation mark and all. So, I have taken this example from your book, and it says, my father said, I am not feeling well. This is your direct speech. Why? Because direct words of the speaker are written in the inverted commas or your quotation mark. Now, what you can see, we were talking about, it is placed inside the quotation mark. We can see the words which are spoken by the speaker are in the quotation mark. Where are the quotation marks? Here. These are your quotation marks. Then next thing is, it says that and accompanied by a reporting verb. Now where is the reporting verb in the sentence? These three things we have to be very sure with. This is known as reporting verb. This is known as your reporting verb. Because this is said. Said in an action is a verb, and this is reporting the statement. Reporting verb. And this portion, whatever is in the quotation mark, is known as reported speech. Reported speech. So, what we have understood? We have understood about reporting verb. This is reporting verb, and this portion is known as reported speech. And this is our reporting verb, because we have verb here and it is reporting what statement is being said. That is why this is reporting verb. Now, this we have talked about general thing about your direct speech. Now, when we have indirect speech, we will see how the changes occur. The same statement I have taken as example for your indirect speech also we will see. Firstly, we will talk about indirect speech. In the indirect speech, children, we have some transformations also. We will have some changes in the sentence according to the tense, according to the person, according to the verb which is used there. So, let's see what it is. Indirect speech is, it tells what someone said. Okay, but remember, but does not use the person's actual word. Does not use person's actual words. In the direct speech, we have learned that exact words of the speaker, if we will see in the statement, that is your direct speech. If the exact words are not there, it says that what someone said but does not, it definitely tells you about what someone said. In both the sentence, it will give you the information of what someone said or written, but in the direct speech, we have the direct words of the speaker, exact words what the person has spoken. But in the indirect speech, we will not have the exact words of the speaker, but the sense would be same. It says we will not have the person's actual words. We have the example here. My father said, I am not feeling well. This was your direct speech. Example of direct speech, and this is example of indirect speech. Now, my father said. What you can see an additional word here, as well as you can see no quotation mark, no comma anywhere. Can you see? Uncertain changes more are there, which you can see. I is changed into he, and the tense is also changed. When you will look at these two statements, you can find out that so many changes have taken place in both the statement. You have to learn certain things to convert direct to indirect speech. When we are converting it, we have so many things which we have to keep in mind. So let's see. My father said. What my father said, that. This that is your conjunction. Okay, firstly I will begin with here. See, we have in the book, when you will look at 74 page, they have beautifully described each and every word what it is. In it we have reporting verb. Here also we have all these things. If I take my father said. Now my father, here it is telling you about our subject. This is subject of the statement of the reporting verb. This portion is your reporting verb. This is your subject. Now, when I am talking about said, this is my reporting verb. I have already told you about reporting verb. This is my reporting verb. This portion, my father, is my subject. Now, when we are talking about that, that is a conjunction which is used after removing comma. After removing comma, we have to add that. But that is also not very certain that we have to use. Generally, we use that. And that is our conjunction. That is our conjunction. Now we will come to he. From where this he has come, you can see that I am not feeling well means who is this I? We will refer to our here this statement reporting verb, this portion, and we will see that it is referring to my father. It is indicating father. So now I will change into he. This is your pronoun. This is your pronoun. Now, was not well. Earlier we had am not feeling well. Now here was not well. How we have changed this? This tense change what you can see here, it has certain rules. Those rules we have to learn, then only we can do the changes according to the tenses. So here it was in the present tense, and that is why we have changed into past tense. Verb forms of present tense are changed into verb forms of the past tense. If we have present tense here in the reported speech, definitely when you will change into your indirect speech, this portion will change into past form. But that we have to see whether it will change into past perfect, past continuous or whatever. That is according to the present tense. In which tense is it? This is all about our statement from direct to indirect speech when we are changing. Now we have certain things which are written on the page 74. I'll be reading them for you so that you can fix them in your mind. The exact words of the speaker which are put within quotation mark or inverted commas, these things can be said as inverted commas or quotation marks, are called reported speech. This portion which are in the inverted commas or in the quotation marks, they are known as reported speech. Just I am revising it with you everything. And this portion is your reporting verb which is before your comma. The verb that introduces the reported speech. The word which introduces, this portion introduces, isn't it? And said is your reporting verb. Then it says tense, I have told you, pronouns, I have told you, and words denoting nearness of time and position undergo certain changes. I have told you tenses we have to learn. We have some rules which I will be explaining you. All these things you have to learn. Which tense will change into which tense when we are transferring or when we are converting from direct to indirect speech. Same way, when we are changing it, definitely a person will also change. First person, second person, third person, I have already explained you. These things will change. Pronouns definitely will change with it. And then it says that we have certain words denoting nearness of time or position. Now, what does it mean by? When you will turn your page number 78, we have a chart here. I'm sure you can see. We have a chart here. Words expressing nearness, words expressing distance. The words which are expressing nearness, when we will change from direct to indirect speech, they will change according to it. The words showing nearness will show you the distance. It says the words denoting nearness of time and position undergo certain change and will change in the manner so that it can show distance. Like, one thing I will write for you, like today will change into that day. One more I will take. This will change into that. These will change into those. These are certain examples which I have written for you. In the same manner, we have many more words. You can go through 78 page. Here some words are given to you by which you can do the changes in the sentences when we will be solving it. So, I would like you all to learn this chart, word expressing nearness and word expressing distance. This is very important you to learn. And also you are going to revise this portion and you will understand it, what direct speech means and what indirect speech means. Now, one more thing which I want to tell you along with this, when in the reporting verb, according to the reporting verb, when we are changing into indirect speech, how some words changes. I'm writing here down. If we have said to, here we have only said. If we have said to, then this side will be told. When we will change into indirect speech, then it will be told. Said to will change into told. When we have the word only said, we will have no change. We will write it as it is. Said will have no change. We will write it as said only. Say to. Say to will change into tell. Says to will change into tells. These are few things which I thought to give you a knowledge of, because when we will convert them, then these things will be required. So I am sure that you must have understood the beginning of direct and indirect speech, and in the next video we are going to change our statements from direct to indirect speech according to our tenses. Revise this much. Thank you and have a great day.